We are back, ladies and gentlemen, on the Knavesmire. It's Ebor Day up at York Races today. We're going to have another 5 or 6 bets like we did on Wednesday on the Judmont, and hopefully we can make some more money. Race number 1 then, we're kicking things off with a Strensall Stakes. Group 3 ran over the 9 furlongs, and my pick for this one is going to be Handicapped for Carl Beck and Clifford Lee. This fella then, he was one of the most talked about horses for the Guineas at the start of the season, but they opted to go for the French alternative to get a little bit of cut in the ground, which he should get a little bit more today. The ground is drying, but there is still a bit of juice in there. He finished a very respectable third in the French Guineas, and then he went to the French Derby, which was probably just a little bit too far and maybe came a little bit too soon as well. He won his novice here at York, last year now, but yeah, he clearly handles the track, which is always a good thing. I like to have a little bit of York form when backing him here at York. 3-year-olds also have a good record in the Strensall. They've won 3 of the last 4 renewals with a £7 weight allowance. He's a decent price for what he is, and hopefully he's got conditions to suit and he can run a big race. Hello, can I just get £20 on the 11, please? Down at the start for the Strensall then, like I said, the first race of the day. We've had £20 on at 6 to 1 even. We're in the Shaker Beard colours, the yellow with the black spot. Hopefully Cliff Lee can get Handicapped off to a winning start. About 2.5 furlongs left to go then, and we navigated the wide stall really well, and Cliff managed to get us prominent. We don't look to be picking up though as they come into the last couple of furlongs. It's damaged us down the middle. Coming to win this by the looks of it. Jerry on, Archivist on the outside in the gold cap for the Wafnagan colours. We're falling out the back of the telly. It's not going to be us. Sabre Strike looks to be going as well, but Archivist is absolutely storming clear. Name your price for this one. Is it going to come past the post? Absolutely flying. Oh, that's an emphatic win, is that? Maybe a 7 or 8 length victory in the Strensall, kicking us off to a bad start in the betting. Handicapped plods home. Where was that? Third to last, I believe. Oh well, chin up, we go again. Not to be in race number 1, but Hull City are beating the mighty Man United, so up the Tigers. That's going to put a smile on my face anyway, as we move into race number 2, where we can hopefully turn the tides like the Tigers and find a winner in the Melrose, which is a 14 furlong handicap for 3-year-olds. My pick for this one, I'm going to be quite straightforward, is Limestone for Joseph O'Brien and Ryan Moore. I was looking through this card and I was like, I think if you're not picking Limestone, you're just overcomplicating it really. He needs no introduction as a horse. He was last seen in the Group 1 Grand Prix de Paris, where he was slightly disappointing, but before that he won the Group 2 Queen's Vase at Royal Ascot, and to be quite honest, I didn't expect to see this guy back in a handicap, but I suppose with the value of the Melrose, why the hell not? Like I say, I think he should, just the obvious pick of this, a Group 2 winner in a handicap. Come on Ryan Moore, hopefully we can get off to a winner in race number 2. Loading is underway then for race number 2, and hopefully Limestone can change our fortunes in their colours for Valmont, the white sort of pinkish and blue colours, strange old colours of the Valmont ones. We had £15 each way on our Bet 365 online at 11 to 2. Muggy, I know, but in a 17 runner handicap you can quite easily get a little bit unlucky, so we've got 5 places on that. Hopefully though Ryan Moore gets this one up to win. Ryan's travelled this one along the rail then for about, all of the race until they've come into this straight and they've switched over to come down the stand side, which is certainly interesting. We're in for a chance. Infrad is the one leaving it. We're tracking him maybe in second. Can we find enough to get past him? I'm not too sure. We're definitely going to get that place money. Hopefully Ryan can make it a winner chicken dinner though. Infrad looks to be going the favourite. We're just still behind him on that stand side rail. Oh, are we guaranteed a place? I'm not too sure. I thought we was closer to the line than we are. I'd take a place in at this point, which I don't think we're going to get. Are we going to get it? I think we're going to beat that one over on the far side. Maybe. I'm really not too sure. I think we come on for... I don't know. I think we might come on for 6th anyway in that one. We needed a top 5. I'll have to check online and report back to you. Limestone just gets his head in front then to get 5th place, and like you say, you can quite easily get, I mean, it wasn't unlucky, but I thought he was travelling all over Infrad as he approached him and then just fell away, which is unfortunate for us, and that leaves us still around £20 down. We claw our money back and a little bit as we move in to the only Group 1 race of the day even. The City York Stakes ran over the 7 furlongs, and my pick for this one form. It's going to be 10 Bob Tony for Ed Walker and Kieran Schumacher. This race then, it's an absolute humdinger. I know the meeting is called the Ebor, but this is probably the best race on the card in my opinion. Some real top animals battling it out here. And yeah, like I said, proper Group 1 contest. 10 Bob Tony then, he comes into this race off career best form. I thought he put in an absolute cracker in the Sussex to finish 4th, only behind Gestard, Boecker and Oprabalo, and we all know how good those horses are. The drop to 7 furlongs will probably suit him, and even the slower ground will probably suit him even better, so I'm hoping he can go, like you say, even a little bit better than he has done on his last 2 starts. It's another cracker of a race, but hopefully 10 Bob can give us something to shout about. Loading's nearly finished then in the third race even, the Group 1 of the day. Go on to 10 Bob Tony. I've had £15 each way on at 7 to 1. He's shortened up loads. He's been backed a little bit into about 10 to 3. I did think he was overpriced. We've got 4 places as well each way. Come on to 10 Bob Tony. Coming into the last 2 furlongs then, and in typical 10 Bob Tony fashion, we've raced at the rear of the field. He's going to come down this stand side rail. Can we get going though? Following the Wafnam on the Poabba and something like that. I can't remember what that's called. We're going to have to make up a hell of a lot of ground in these sticky conditions if we can. No, I don't think we can. Who's at the front? Notable Speech, not running his sort of typical kind of race, but he's going to get this job done by the looks of it. Notable Speech bouncing back. Can we get up for 4th? That'll give us our money back. Come on, no, Tempo! It was heads down, thumbs up, kind of action for the 4th place to get our money back. I'm not too sure if we did. Again, I'm going to have to consult the internet to see if we did. Another race and another place. 10 Bob Tony just gets his head in front for 4th, and then it gives us our money back and a little bit more. As we move into the big one, it's the Ebor, the Heritage Handicap, to be ran over the 14 furlong trip. And my pick for this one, it's going to be Emmett for Joseph O'Brien and Ryan Moore. Like I said, the big handicap then, right? 500,000 with 300 of that going to the winner. And I think Mr. O'Brien may have just set one up for this race anyway. Emmett then, he finished last year's campaign before he was gelded, a neck behind Tennessee Stud, who finished 3rd and 4th in the English and Irish Derby. Like I said, I gelded him after that, and I think he could have been plotted for this. All of Emmett's best runs have been when he's prominent in the running. They've held him up for pretty much every ride this season, and now he finds himself off a mark of 104, which could be quite nice indeed. Proven on the softer ground as well. I'm not really too sure exactly how it is riding out there. It looks almost a little bit sticky to me, where they've had some rain, it's dried up, and it's sort of not one or the other. Not really good ground for betting in anyway. But hopefully Emmett can get us our first win of the day. Loading is underway then, guys, in the 2026 Ebor. We've got a mile and 6 furlongs ahead of them. Who's going to come out on top with that big £300,000 going to the winner? Emmett then, I've had £20 each way on a line for the first 6 places. Hopefully he can get up. I think about 7 to 1. He's been backed in a little bit, 11 to 2. The Willie Mullins horse, so he's really fancied. Love Me Tender. I mean, that could be anything in my eyes. It's been racing in France, Germany, I believe. How they give it a handicap mark, I don't know, but hopefully Ryan Moore, Emmett, can do the business for us. Into the closing stages then of the Ebor, and we've travelled maybe quite well, we have been very prominent on this, probably about 4 or 5 off the pace in this one. We're going to have to pick up and find quite a little bit. It looks like we might be getting swallowed by this field. Can we find anything on him? I'm not too sure we can. Hopewell Rock's going to come to the front by the looks of it. Oh no, it's Opportunity even. Hopewell Rock's in the gold cap. Hopewell Rock, Daiquiri Bay's going really strong down that near side rail even. When I get my words, I'm really struggling with that today. So 2 Wafnan horses at the front of this Opportunity and Hopewell Rock. Can you split it? I don't know. Daiquiri Bay on the near side. Oh, I think it's going to be Hopewell Rock or Daiquiri. Oh, I think it's the Daiquiri that just got there to win the Ebor. We finished, I don't know where we finished. Not where we wanted to finish anyway. Definitely not in the top 6. Bad day, bad day. That's going to leave us £60 down. Daiquiri Bay wins the Ebor then for Ross O'Ryan and Alec King. Well done that team, and I'm sure they'll have a nice drink and a steak and chips for tea after that winning that big prize pot. Anyway, moving on to race number 5. So we've got a 6 furlong Heritage Handicap, and my pick for this one, it's going to be good old Stratus 9 for Hugo Palmer and Harry Davis. This horse then, he competed in the 5.5 furlong sprint on Wednesday when I thought the weights might be catching up to him, but he was beaten by Air Force One. However, I think he ran a massive race. He was drawn in 16 that day, and he 3 lengths clear of any horse drawn 10 or above, so he really didn't have the run of the race in that one at all. He's drawn 13 again today, which is not ideal, you would think, but they're coming down the stand side rail, as you'll have just seen. Daiquiri Bay flew home, so there shouldn't be a problem at all. As long as, like I said, this race hasn't come too quickly. He did only run on Wednesday. He should be very competitive again, and I can't let him go off 16 to 1. So that's going to be my pick, and come on, the Stratus 9. Loading is underway for the 5th then. Stratus 9. We've had a tenner each way on for 5 places at 16 to 1, I believe. So it'll be a very tasty winner if he does come in. He did land me a bet Stratus 9 here a few weeks ago in another video to get us off to a winning start on that day. Hopefully though, like I say, he can give us our first winner today. We're racing down the stand side rail and where I thought we would come in. It, like I said, it seems to be a little bit quicker today, but they're split into 2 groups. It's going to be the far side versus the near side. I'm not too sure who's in front. I think we definitely could maybe be in front. Go on, Stratus 9, keep going, son. Keep going. We might have hit the line a little bit too early here. At the front, I should say, a little bit too early. We're falling away, but can we stay on? He's definitely batting. We need to come into the top 5. I'm not sure if we can, maybe, potentially. I'm not too sure. He's on a cracking race, I believe, and I think he might have... I don't know, I think Sundance got him to win. But yeah, what am I saying? I really don't know. I don't know where Stratus 9's come there. Stratus 9 then just gets pipped for 5th place, ends up plodding on for 6th, ran a good race, as he always does. He just is incapable of running a bad race, that horse. Thought he hit the front maybe a little bit too early. If he didn't, he could have maybe won that. You never know, you never know. Anyway, that rounds up a luckless day, in all honesty. I was going to stay for the juvenile race, the listed race over the 5 furlongs, and back Phil Makin's horse, Hickory Lad. Ran a good race, in fairness. I watched it on my phone as I was leaving. It was just so rowdy there. It was, like I say, so busy. I mean, you always expect it to be busy at York, but that was next level, you know. You really just couldn't move. I should have trekked myself really to a county stand badge. I didn't. I just went grandstand and paddock and probably paid the price in the end. Anyway, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to know who I'm backing in the future or updates on my horses, etc., I'll leave a link to my 3 WhatsApp group down below. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.